Okay, there I am. Oh, I kind of messed it up a little bit there. Great start, Kid Critic. What is up, guys? We are back with the 12th episode of Snack and Chats. The 12th episode of Snack and Chat. Could you believe that? 12! 12 episodes. That's nuts. Absolutely nuts. Can't wait till we get to 13. Anyways, hope all of you guys are having a wonderful day in this quarantine madness that we are in. I hope all of you guys are having a wonderful day. I know I am, and as you guys can see here, it's called Snack and Chat, and I have my snack. And my snack for today is these Godiva chocolate things. I think that's what they're called. Godiva? I don't know. But they're pretty good. They're milk chocolate covered cashews. So if you like chocolate covered cashews, you'll probably like these. They're good. I like them. They're good, you know? Anyways. There we go. Okay. It went down the drain. So with that said, well, first of all, make sure you like and subscribe before we get started. It's very important. But with that said, let's get down to the movie news. And the first topic we're going to talk about is it's not on here because by the time I became more aware of it, I already put this together and I just, I was too lazy to put it in because there's, I already did it. So the first topic we're going to talk about is this. So obviously Disney has been loving remaking their animated classics, whether it's Lion King or Jungle Book or Pete's Dragon, which to me was actually a pretty underrated movie. I like that live action remake. But now it's been announced that Disney is developing a live action remake of Hercules with the writer of Shang-Chi. But not only that, Joe and Anthony Russo are going to be producing this movie with their production company, Agbo. And it's been a long time since I've seen the original Hercules movie. To be honest, I kind of hardly remember the movie. But I'm actually kind of curious to see how the original animated film translates over to a live action format. I'm very curious to see that. And hearing the Russo brothers producing the movie definitely comes as a surprise to me because I wasn't expecting that at all. So that definitely shocked me a little bit. But that's kind of it because no other details were given for this movie. I haven't seen Shang-Chi, so I don't know. I can't really comment on that. So with that said, let's move on to the next topic, and that is this. So Disney Plus, again, or actually, nope, that's the next topic. Excuse me. I was about to talk about the Cassian Andor series, but that's not next. The Oscars are next. So the Oscars, they've always had these requirements to be eligible to be nominated for an Academy Award. But this year, due to the circumstances that we are in, they decided to switch up those requirements for next year's Oscars only. So it's only for next year's Oscars that they're switching up the requirements. And basically the new requirements is this. So this comes from Deadline, and they say to be eligible for this year's Oscar race, films will still have to qualify by being made available on the Academy's exclusive streaming site within 60 days of streamer or VOD release, and must have been previously intended for a theatrical release. The Academy, for the first time, is expanding the number of eligible theaters to include some outside Los Angeles County and into other areas in several cities as well to make this all the much easier to accomplish for distributors. And those are basically how they tweaked the requirements to be eligible for an Academy Award, again, only for this year. And I think it's a smart move because, again, of the circumstances that we are in. And I've always loved that the Academy has had the idea that the movie theater is the place to experience a motion picture, because I also believe in that. But I still think it's a smart move to, kind of tweak those requirements only for this year, because again of the circumstances that we are in. But that's not the only thing that came out about the Oscars. Another thing that came out was that they are combining the sound editing and the sound mixing category into just one category. And again, I also think that's a smart move because people, including me, are already kind of confused about what the difference is between sound mixing and sound editing. So I think it's definitely a smart move to just combine them both. And also, this is going to be the last year that the Oscars and the Academy is going to send out physical DVD screeners, and after this year, they're going to send out digital screeners. And to me, this is kind of bad news because and you guys know that I love my physical media, and even though I don't get screeners, this is just another signal that basically physical media is coming to an end. So I'm kind of bummed out about that. So with that said, let's move on to the next topic, and now we're talking about Cassian Andor. Kid Critic is losing a screw. I'm telling you, this quarantine thing is just messing me up. Anyways, let's talk about Cassian Andor. So the Cassian Andor Disney Plus series has just received a new showrunner, and that showrunner is going to be Tony Gilroy. And I actually think this is a pretty good pick. I think this is a good pick. One, because he's already familiar with the character of Cassian Andor because he co-wrote Rogue One. Plus, he's an Oscar-nominated writer, so there's that as well. I mean, can't get better than that. Well, maybe winning the Oscar, probably. But yes, he's has some misses with The Great Wall and Born Legacy, which I hear isn't good, even though I haven't seen them. But the majority of the people did not enjoy those movies. But I mean, everybody has their misses. And I mean, this guy's already familiar with the character. He's an Oscar-nominated writer. So I like this pick quite a bit. But not only that, but they have confirmed where the show's going to take place in the Star Wars timeline, and they said the show's going to take place 5 years before the events of A New Hope or / Rogue One, since it kind of take place in the same year basically. And so yeah, that doesn't really come as a surprise to me. I wasn't really shocked by the whole time that it was going to take place 5 years before. I wasn't really shocked by that news. But yeah, I like the pick of Tony Gilroy running the show. So yeah, with that said, let's move on to the next topic here, and that is Daredevil. So there was rumors a couple weeks ago, or probably a month ago, that Charlie Cox's Daredevil might appear in Spider-Man 3. I never really bought into those rumors, really. And Charlie Cox came out and basically debunked those rumors and said this: I hadn't heard those rumors, but certainly not with my Daredevil. I'm not involved in it. If that's true, it's not with me. It's with another actor. Now, again, I never really bought into those rumors, and especially right now, because the Marvel Cinematic Universe already has their hands full with acquiring the Fantastic Four and the X-Men, plus they're including a Blade. So I highly doubted that they were going to bring in Daredevil as well. And then plus, there's a motorcycle. Plus, Kevin Feige has always kept his distance between the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the Netflix shows. So I highly doubt now he'd bring in Daredevil out of nowhere, especially in a time where, again, they have their hands full. So that also didn't come as a surprise to me. But yeah, so Charlie Cox debunks the rumor of his Daredevil appearing in Spider-Man 3. So now let's move on to the next topic, and this time we are not talking about Marvel. Now we're going over to DC. Now, Patty Jenkins, who obviously the director of the first Wonder Woman film and also directing the Wonder Woman 1984, which is supposed to come out in August, 2 months after its original release date. And she came out and basically said that she plans on directing the third installment in the Wonder Woman franchise. But not only that, but she has an idea to make an Amazonian spin-off movie, which she has already pitched over to Warner Brothers. And let me tell you, I love that idea. I love the idea of an Amazonian spin-off film. That just sounds glorious to me, because to me, the best part of that first Wonder Woman movie was when it took place on the Mascara, because just seeing the Amazonian warriors in action was just like breathtaking. It was awesome, absolutely awesome. And I hope Connie Nielsen and Robin Wright return, because first of all, Robin Wright was brilliant in that movie. And I really enjoyed Connie Nielsen as well. She obviously also appeared in Justice League, and I'm sure she'll appear again in Wonder Woman 1984. So I hope this happens. I'm loving this idea. It's cool that Jakin said that she hopes that she doesn't direct the movie, that she doesn't want to direct the movie, but she'll definitely produce it. So that's definitely cool. And if this movie does end up coming out, I'm definitely definitely pumped for it. So with that said, let's move on to the next topic, and that is the big one, the big news, the big headline of the week, and that is AMC versus Universal. Now, I'd say a month ago, when a month before Trolls released, Universal planned on releasing the film to on demand and VOD. And AMC theaters wasn't so happy about that because, one, they had kind of got late notice of all this. Apparently, Universal told them like 20 minutes or more before they announced it. So AMC wasn't happy about that. Then their CEO basically came out and said, "We will never forget this," and they definitely didn't, because then this week on Tuesday, I believe, Universal's CEO, Jeff Shell, he came out and said that they basically had, after the success that they've had with Trolls, because it was more successful than they thought it was going to be. And he said that after the success of Trolls 2 World Tour, I was about to say World War, but World Tour, that they plan on for their future feature films, that they plan on releasing their movies on VOD as well as at the movie theater at the same time. And AMC wasn't so happy about that. They weren't so happy about that to the point where they said that what Universal CEO Jeff Shell had said was very disrespectful to them. Therefore, they will no longer show Universal movies at AMC theaters. And then Regal came along and basically joined in the party and said that was also very disrespectful to us. And like, how could you do that and everything? And they also joined AMC and basically saying that Universal's films will no longer play in their theaters. And I mean, that's just like a bunch of bombs going off right there, ladies and gentlemen. That is huge. That is absolutely huge. But hold on, let me do this real quick. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Lovely. Anyways, but this is big news. Absolutely big news. Now, I understand why AMC and Regal are upset about this, because of the fact that Universal is taking money away from both AMC and Regal by putting their movies on demand and in theaters at the same time. And also because right now the movie theaters are in a time where they're losing money, so they're already stressed out as it is. And for Universal to put out this statement kind of just adds fuel to the fire, because after decades of AMC and Regal and all these different theaters putting out Universal's movies, which is where Universal makes a lot of their money, after decades of doing that, then they just come out and said, "Oh yeah, for our future movies, we are going to put them on demand and VOD as well as at the theaters at the same time." And that just seemed like a smack in the face to basically all the movie theaters. And so I get why they're upset. But at the end of the day, I kind of think AMC and Regal should have just talked it out first with Universal, maybe come up with an agreement and maybe say some apologies and stuff. I don't think AMC needed to come out this brash and just like cause this big firefight and everything. I don't think, because it's not helping anyone. It's not showing Universal's movies at AMC or Regal is definitely not helping anyone. So, but I think once everybody calms down and after this is all over, I'm sure AMC and Regal and Universal will come together and they'll make some sort of agreement where Universal's movies will once again be shown at both AMC theaters and Regal cinemas. So I don't think this will last forever. Again, right now we're in a time where everybody's frustrated. So Universal saying this just looked like a big smack in the face to AMC, and they felt, and I get why they'd feel betrayed, because once again, Universal has leaned on AMC just as AMC has leaned on Universal for decades to make some money. But I think after this is all over, they'll make some sort of agreement where Universal's films will be shown again in their theaters. So with that said, that is it for this week's Snack and Chat. I hope all of you had a wonderful time eating your snack and listening to me chatting it up. And with that said, don't forget to like and subscribe, because that's very important. And as always in every single video, look out for the next video. overview. And peace.